Today I'd like to do a product review of the Vertx EDC Commuter Bag. This is a single strap sling bag that uses very high quality materials and has a very detail oriented design. So for this product review, I'd like to do an overview of all the features, we'll talk about some pros and cons, and then go through a few use cases. So let's get started with this product review featuring the Vertx EDC Commuter Bag. The Vertx EDC Commuter is a single strap sling bag, and it's designed to go in front of you like this to have quick access to all the items that are in the various pockets that you see here. So what I'd like to do now is a quick overview of all the pocket and different compartment areas, and then we'll talk about the pros and cons. With all of Vertx products, they have an extreme attention to detail. Everything is very high quality. You have Cordura fabric throughout, YKK zippers throughout, very nice pulleys. They didn't skimp on anything. And the design of this one is no exception. So with all of their backpacks and slings that you'll see, they kind of go with the approach that they want it to look very civilian, like something you could pick up at REI, but in fact it's kind of a pig in a poke. It has a lot of features that you might not see upon first glance. And this front little pocket here is kind of no exception. So upon first glance it just looks like a normal backpack, but what they have here is they have this, when you pull this down, and now that exposes all your PALS webbing that you have here. And it's not just normal webbing, you also have the Velcro here. So if you want to have certain patches or other Velcro things, you could put that right in there. And then if you don't want to have that thing kind of dangling down there, so you're going to just have it go right up in there like that. So if you don't want to have that as easily pulled down, there are you'll see some little hooks over here that are attached to the zipper, and then they could hook up in here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but you could connect it and it kind of locks it in place. But this look is really cool over here. And also, if you don't, say for example, you want to have a jacket or a hat, a helmet, something stored on the outside of it, they also include these straps over here with the nice little hooks here. These are very high quality too. And you're just going to hook it to the side of the backpack here to allow you to store additional items in there. So this is a really cool feature on all the Vertx products, including this commuter sling. Before moving on to the interior pockets, Vertx also has these cool little grab handles. They're kind of almost like a rubberized type material, and it just allows for quick grabbing of the bag like that. So they have one here on the top portion here, and then they also have an additional one on the side that you see over here. And it's just a little, kind of a lip in there that you're able to quickly grab for the sling. So those are really handy. Another attention to detail that Vertx includes. Now let's start going through the interior pockets. Let's go through the front pocket now. Now it has these very nice pulleys that you see here. They're definitely not cheap. They're nice and sturdy. So opening it up, YKK zippers again. So you have this nice bright fabric in the interior over here. It's very similar to what you were seeing with VanQuest now, where they have the bright orange fabric. Vertx has the light tan look, which might look a little bit more classy. So opening up here, now keep in mind this is kind of designed so you could pull it around to your chest and easily access all the items that are in here. But it has kind of like this fabric here that works with their tactigami that I'll put a little bit more information of that in the description box below. But the tactigami, it allows you to attach items to this cloth-like material here. So you have different pockets over here. We have 1, 2, and some thinner ones here for more of like a pen, and then a fatter one here on the side. So a total of 5, with 2 of them being skinnier ones. Then you have this nice bright red pulley. I really like that Vertx uses these bright pulleys so you could easily find them inside of the bag. And then you have little pocket over here you could store maybe external battery, maybe a pocket organizer, things like that. And again, you have a little lanyard over here for connecting items into that little pocket that you see here. So that's all that you'll see in this front pocket of the commuter sling. Now let's go through this main compartment that you see here, and this is mainly for things like your laptop and other larger items. So opening it up, keep in mind that it's kind of designed to be opened up on your chest when you sling it around. So it's able to fit, this is a 15-inch laptop that you see here. It's very large, so I imagine you might be able to even fit up to a 17-inch in there. But you can see it has a single strap design. There's not a sleeve for the laptop, so you don't have that kind of protection there, that soft protection, but you do have an additional protection in the back, which we'll talk about in a little bit more detail later. So opening it up here, again, you have that bright tan fabric in here for high visibility. It has the kind of like a Velcro-y material here, so you're able to use the tactigami in here throughout. So a lot of different tactigami spots there. And then you have these 2 large pockets that you see here. So if you wanted to, you could have some of your larger organizers, batteries, even for the tactical guys, you could have magazines and things like that. So they're very large, deep ones. As you can see, it goes past my wrist in there. Also over here, you'll see that it has a little hook here that you're able to put maybe a water bladder in there if you wanted to, and then you just have it so it's going to hang up this way like that, and then you could have the tube for the water bladder going up through the top. There's a hole right there, which is going to be a little harder to get on the camera. And as you can see, there's a little zippered area here. So let's open it up again with the bright red pulley that you see here, and then you have a little, it's kind of like a plastic, hard plastic that's in the back there. And what that is meant for, it's, well, as is, it provides a little bit more stability. It kind of keeps the form of the sling, but it's designed for a tactical situation to be replaced with kind of a ballistic shield, and you can get the various types, type 3 or whatever, and you're going to be able to slide that into the back there to provide you with protection, not only protection for your gear, but also protection of you yourself. And those are all the items in that main compartment. It's a very deep one, as you see here, and it expands out to a great distance. All right, now let's go to this back compartment that you see here. Now you may notice that it has a very large zipper compared to the other ones that we've looked at. As you can see here, these two have more of that inverted zipper design, so the teeth of them are actually on the inside of the pocket. That's kind of a look thing, but it's also, it might protect any kind of snagging of the zipper, maybe even help protect from water a little bit. But from when I talked to the designer, it was more of a look type thing. So in the back here, you'll see it has the nice large teeth there for that zipper that are exposed, and you have the nice large pulley. This large zipper pulley gives you quick access to your concealed carry weapon, and it also provides you with a couple little sleeves for providing ballistic shield inserts if you want to, for those that are a little bit more tactical. Let's take a closer look now at the concealed carry compartment. So opening it up, very wide opening that you see here. Now both these sides here are able to put that ballistic shield there if you want. So you could open up here to put it in the back portion here, and then you go through the main compartment to get it on that part there. So you could actually have two shields there. As you can see, it could fit if you want to have your concealed carry weapon there, you could fit quite a large one, and you're going to want to use the tactigami, which is like a origami kind of Velcro that wraps around whatever you want to put in there. So whether that be a firearm, any kind of organization, any kind of small modules, things like that, if it's really well in there, and you have plenty of space with both of these sides that have kind of that Velcro material for the tactigami. So very cool feature with this particular sling. This pulley is definitely a nice feature of that back compartment. I really, really like this. It's very large in the hand, so you could easily find it wherever it is on your backpack. You're not going to really miss this one. Talked to the designer a little bit, and this cord that's up here at the top, it actually wraps all the way around it. They didn't really skip on anything on this particular sling. That's just, you know, provided with a little bit extra durability on there. And also you have this Velcro type material, so if you want to put any kind of maybe name tape on there, smaller name tape, it might work. I kind of wish that they had maybe another Velcro that you could actually attach it to there, so it wouldn't really move away that much, say if you didn't want to use this as often as maybe others would. And this is removable, so if, for example, if you don't want to use this more of as a tactical backpack where you're having quick access to that, you could use it maybe on the main compartment for your laptop, and that might be your primary handle for that. Now let's take a look at the back. So here's the single strap sling that we have here. As you can see, it has multiple areas for attachments. If you want to attach items to the outside of it, you have this strap that goes all the way through, all the way up to the top there. So multiple attachment points that you see here. Nice little Vertx logo there. And here, let's take a close look at the padding here. So nice thick padding. They didn't really skimp on anything. Let's take a closer look at how all that stitching looks over here. Yeah, so really, really nice. Goes all the way up to the top here, and then we have the handle here at the top. So down here on the bottom, this is where it actually connects to. As you can see, a nice little clip there, like a little D-ring. You know, no skimping on any of the materials on this. I really like how they designed this. And then you have, this is kind of like a waist strap for example, if you want to use this single strap sling bag while you're riding your bike, for example, this could provide a little bit extra stability while it's on you. So it kind of goes around your waist a little bit if you just didn't want to just use that single strap. So with all the Vertx bags, you have this little kind of hole in here that's kind of designed for your luggage. For example, you put the handle of your luggage in there when you're going through the airport, for example. It goes all the way through there like so. And also, since you have that ballistic shield in there, you could kind of use it as more of a Captain America shield too, if you're tactical like that. I'm definitely not. On the back here, you will see we have the nice Vertx logo here. I think that's really, really cool. I think it's kind of has this elevated, you know, it's elevated here and then it kind of dips down here. I imagine that was to help create a little bit of airflow in there. I kind of wish that it was reversed, where this was elevated and this sunk in. I think it would help create channels of air to go in through like that. But it, you know, looks really nice, and then the fabric is high quality too. The coolest thing about this single strap sling, that at least with the sling itself, is that you have this quick release clip here. So you can see it's nice and beefy. You're going to open it up, excuse me, and It's going to allow you to quickly take off this particular sling. I really like that, and I find that I use that the most often. So when I get into work, I want to quickly take this off. I don't want to really take it off nice. I'll just unclip it, boom, put it on my chair, and you're good to go. And that's kind of what the back area of this commuter sling looks like. Now that we've done an overview of all the features of this sling, let's go through the pros and cons, starting off first with the pros. So the number one pro with this Vertx sling, actually all Vertx products, is just the attention to detail and the high quality materials. I mean, we're talking Cordura fabric, YKK zippers. As you could notice in this, what you've seen so far in this video, there's a lot of little details on here. Every little clip that you see on this bag is high quality. They didn't really skimp on anything, and they did some things that, you know, aren't necessarily needed but are really cool to have on there, just like, you know, kind of little grab handles that you see here, like there, and on the top portion, the large pulley. Those are all nice little details that I really enjoy with this particular bag. I really like that you have that quick release on the single strap sling here. It's very convenient, especially if you're a commuter and you're oftentimes rushing to work like I am. It's really nice having that quick release of it. I really like the nice visible pockets on here. You know, everything's, even though it doesn't, with the Vertx, sometimes you have the red clips on here, the red pocket pulleys, which I think are a little bit better for high visibility, but you have these nice beefy ones here. You're not going to really miss any of the pockets on this. And this front little section here is just, you know, that's kind of like a hallmark feature of these Vertx bags. And that's just so cool to have, be able to transform from a civilian look to a tactical look. I mean, that's just so cool. I really like that. I like the extremely large pulleys. I think I mentioned that already. Large pulleys throughout, instead of the little dinky, you know, little zipper metal piece there, you have a nice strong pulley here. It's not going to break on you at any point, and then you have this extremely large one. I kind of wish they included an extra one of those, maybe a medium-sized one that you could use on other parts of the backpack. Let's see, the pockets on the interior, as we saw earlier, they're very deep pockets, which I really like. They're not shallow in any way, especially these ones. I'm trying to do this one hand, so when you're looking in there, these pockets that you see here are very deep. Allows you for, you know, large items to be stored in there, which I really like. I like that you have those shieldings in there. I don't really use a ballistic shielding for any, I don't really have a purpose for or need for it, but I really like that it's just the ones that they have included with there, the nice hard plastic. It helps keep this thing, and it's a nice shape to it. Now let's start going through the cons. So the number one con with this one, I say, is that it's kind of heavy for a sling. Most of the slings that I've used are the stuff that you might get at REI, for example, which are extremely lightweight. This one, since it has so much features on here and durability, you're going to kind of have to expect it to be a little bit heavier. But I find that when you have a laptop in there and some other heavier items, maybe external batteries, things like that, it really starts to add up on you. If you're going to have a book in there, for example, during my testing, I had between 10 and 13 pounds in there. And I find that when you're commuting, maybe if you're riding on a bike, I find that it kind of weighs on you a little bit. So, but you're kind of paying for that with the attention to detail and high quality materials. That just kind of goes with the territory. Next, on the back here, I find that this doesn't really prevent any kind of wicking of air. It doesn't have air channels going through there, and that's really noticeable if you're riding a bike, for example. You're going to start building up sweat on your back, and fairly quickly. So I kind of wish that it was a little bit different design there to help prevent that from happening. So very quickly you're going to start building sweat on your back. Let's see, next, there's no water bottle pockets on the outside here, which I really like having for commuting. You know, I want to have my water bottle in there, so you're going to have to actually store it in the main compartment there, which is next to your laptop, which might not be a safe thing. So it'd be kind of cool if they had a little pocket there, but that's another con that I have with it. Another con that I have with the commuter bag is that it tends to pinch your neck a little bit, especially with heavier loads, and that might just be a problem with sling bags in general. I find that I want to have it right around here for the most comfort, but it tends to ride up your shoulder blade, and then it'll start giving you the Vulcan neck pinch. So that's another con that I have with the commuter bag. Just a few more cons to talk about. So this back little strap that you have here, in addition to the waist one, I don't think it really prevents from this sling swinging on you. For example, when you're riding your bike, you're going to have this thing shifting like that, and with the additional weight on that, it might be a little bit cumbersome for those that are commuting as with riding a bike. Next, it's just since this is a commuter bag, you know, most commuters are going to have a laptop with them, especially if they're going to work, and it's kind of a mediocre laptop strap that you have in there. Well, the strap itself is good. I kind of wish that it had a dedicated sleeve, though. You know, especially since you're not going to have a water bottle pocket anywhere on this one. If you want to have your water bottle, you're going to have to risk having it in there and possibly, you know, coming undone and then going inside on your laptop. That's not a good thing. So I just kind of wish that they, instead of having that strap design, that it had more of a dedicated laptop sleeve, especially since it is called the commuter sling. That's just a feature that I'd really like with that. And that's all I have listed for the cons. That's going to do it for this product review featuring the Vertx EDC Commuter Bag. All in all, this is a very, very nice sling bag. The attention to detail and the quality of materials used throughout of it are very impressive. I really feel that Vertx is raising the bar in the whole backpack, sling bag, and messenger bag game. They're really thinking about what customers might want, what they might be surprised and real happy to know that they have. Just things like this little pulley that you see here, that front little exposed zipper area that has all of the PALS webbing with the Velcro on there, bright visibility on the interior compartments, you name it, they've included it on there. I talked to the designer of this bag and he was telling me that they really wanted to, just make a high quality bag, and then they'll see where the price lays on that. So, and you can see that reflected in the design features of all this, everything that you're going to see in here, whether it be the zippers, the quality of materials, the strap itself, you name it, it's going to be top notch. So I really like the Vertx EDC Commuter Bag. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this product review featuring the Vertx EDC Commuter Bag. Please feel free to leave any kind of comments below in the comments section. If you have any specific questions regarding this particular product, I'll try to answer those as best I can. I've also included all the information regarding this particular bag in the description box below. So stay tuned for more videos featuring cool bags and other gear. See you guys.